So looking at that first one, how do you undo a -2?
Multiply. Wait, -2 plus.
Add 2, good, +2.
Wrong.
So those will cancel. So you get a over 4 equals 12. Cool. You're trying to undo it. Remember the number riddles we did? We said you're undoing the steps, like you're doing order of operations in reverse. Now, what does this bar mean? Dividing. So to undo dividing, multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4 to cancel those out. And so your answer is 12 times. Does anyone know 12 times 4? If not, I'm going to tell you, but it's 48. Very good. How far through your multiplication tables did they make you memorize? Through 12?
I don't know.
I think it's,
It should be at least 10. I don't know if they make you through 12. 10?
Right. I don't know any 13, so I'm just.
You don't know any 13, so probably 12. Okay, when you see parentheses, you need to distribute. So multiplying the 3 through there, that will give you 3x plus 12 minus 1 equals -7. Pep talk. A lot of times in math class, you have to just recopy what's there. You can complain about that if you want, and that's fine. Your feelings are valid. You're allowed to be annoyed, but you still need to write it down, okay? Now you're going to do like terms. 12 minus 1 is 11. If you get something that's really long, you have to do the like terms together first. That was the most common mistake I was seeing last time when you guys were doing your delta math. If you get something that's really long, put the like terms together. You guys with me there? 12 minus 1 is 11. Okay. Then what? Subtract 11. Perfect. Minus 11, minus 11. So 3x equals, now they're both negative, so -7 and -11 is -18. You can always use a calculator. Now, let me address that. If you were multiplying, then the negatives would cancel and it would be positive. All right, and then last step is divide by 3. -18 divided by 3, -6. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Show all your work. I can't give credit if you don't have all your steps there. Now, this is one just like we were doing. Do you see how it's fraction equals another fraction? Where do I need a hug?
X minus 2.
The x minus 2 needs a hug, and then you're going to cross. So draw your x. That's the kind that we just got done doing. So when you cross this way, you're going to have 3 parentheses x minus 2. Ooh, what comes next? Equals. Okay, I think I've hammered that hard enough. But again, that's like the most commonly missed thing is people lose the equals sign. Right here. We just crossed this way. And then on the other side, you're going to have 1 times 9, which is just 9. So distribute the 3. That'll give you 3x minus what? 6. Good. Then what? Plus 6. So 3x equals 15. Good. We're getting the hang of it. It's just practice. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 5. Beautiful. Now, those all came out to whole numbers, but if you got a fraction, should you panic? No, just leave it as a fraction. That's a totally valid answer. Because I think on the quiz, at least one of them comes out to a fraction. So just don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. Okay? I don't want you to think it always has to be a whole number. All right, down here. First thing we're going to do is distribute this 2. This side is going to stay the same. So again, a lot of times in math, you just have to recopy what's there. And it's not hard. It is a little annoying. Just recopy it. Did I give you my organization speech? Like you need about staying organized?
Yeah.
It's not really so much about being smart, honestly. It's about staying organized. All right, distribute the 2. That's going to give you 2x minus 8. And you would subtract the 2x, but what is gonna happen?
It's infinite.
They, okay, so you get -8 equals -8, which good. Why is it infinite solution?
So it says they equal each other.
Yeah, they equal each other and it's correct. Follow up though. If it came out to -8 equals +17,
So no.
that, well, it's a no
Um,
solution. Good. So if you get something that makes sense, it's infinite solutions. If you get something that doesn't make sense, it's no solution. So one or the other. This is arguably the hardest one on here, so don't stop listening to me. You've got that 7, so copy that down. Do you see how there's a negative in front of the parentheses? It's good. It is really a -1, and you're going to distribute the -1 into the parentheses. When you distribute a negative, everything just negates. It's just the opposite of what you had before. So what would that be? And then -2. You said -1x, so I'm going to leave the 1 in there. If you don't want to write the 1, you don't have to, but -1x and then -2. Good. Equals 4x plus 11. You just have to copy that down. I'm sorry, but not really because it isn't hard. Hey, we ended up with something really, really long. That means we should combine like terms. 7 minus 2, good, is going to be 5. So 5 minus 1x equals the rest of it. Again, you have to just write it down. Life is like that sometimes. And now we're back to being able to get all the x's together. So you can move them to the left or the right. It doesn't matter. I'll do whichever way you guys say. What would you do to both sides? Okay, -4x minus 4x. Now, be careful. You still have that 5 there. -1 and -4 is going to be -5. Good. Think of money. It's like you owe someone $1 and then you owe them $4 more. So total, you owe them $5. All right, equals, and then what's still on the other side? 11. Good. You done already again? Okay, just checking. All right, and then you're going to subtract 5. That's going to leave you with, ooh, not 5x, but yeah, watch those negatives. Equals 11 minus 5 is 6. And then your last step is divide by -5. So look, 6 divided by -5 will not come out nice. So just leave it as -6/5. That's a totally valid answer. Now, if you're like, hey, Miss Cole, what if I wanted to put it in the calculator? Well, I recommend against that because it's more work. I would just leave it alone. But if you typed it in the calculator and wrote -1.2 instead, full credit. It's the right answer. I just wouldn't bother typing it in because it's more work. Okay, I would just leave it as -6/5, but that's me.